Jackson.
And I'm Dylan.
And this is Wacky News.
Hey guys, welcome back to Wacky News. It's me, Jackson. Dylan and I are all set to bring you episode 4. Last week was all about bubbles, and we've gotten all the soap out of the Wacky News machine, so it's looking squeaky clean. For those of you who are listening to Wacky News for the first time, I operate the Wacky News machine to find all the stories from all around the world, and Dylan reports them to you.
Yep, and if there is a topic you would like the Wacky News machine to report on, you can go to podcastplayground.com and click on Wacky News to make your request. You can also go there to learn more about me and Jackson and see pictures and videos from the news stories. And if you hear me read a word that you don't know, check out the Wacky Words vocabulary list for that particular story, and you will find the definitions for the harder words.
And as always, don't forget to subscribe to Wacky News while you're on the website. This way you won't miss any of our latest episodes, and you can be sure that each week you will have awesome stories and jokes to share with your friends at school. So without further ado, what stories will the Wacky News machine give us today? Let's find out. Oh, this one is cute, Dylan.
Destination Friendship. 5 years ago in southeast Brazil, a retired bricklayer found a Magellanic penguin outside his beach house. Magellanic penguins are medium-sized and are only found in South America. This penguin, though, was very hungry and unable to move because it was covered in oil.
Oil spills can be caused by people making mistakes or being careless, or equipment breaking down. They can be caused by natural disasters like hurricanes, or they can be done by someone on purpose who is looking to hurt the environment or get rid of oil they don't want to store. This oil is very hard to clean up. It can seriously hurt or kill all sorts of wildlife like birds, fish, and any animals near the water.
The bricklayer, a man named João Pereira de Souza, saved the bird and fed him and nursed him back to health, then set him free at sea. But the penguin didn't want to leave. He came right back to the shack and decided to stay there. Jay Souza and his family liked having the penguin around and named him Jim, which is similar to the way they say penguin in Brazil. But then one day in February, 11 months later, Jim left to them. Everyone assumed the penguin had done what most other Magellanic penguins do, which is migrate to a different place during a certain time of year. No one expected to see him again. Jim had other plans, however, and when June came around, instead of migrating back to just any old place in the south where it was warm, he waddled right back to Jay Souza's backyard.
That's amazing. Does anyone know where Jim went?
Nope, but every year he disappears from February to June, and then he returns to visit his friend. Apparently he squeaks and honks and wags his little penguin tail with happiness every time he sees Jay Souza. In fact, it is very possible that Jim thinks Jay Souza is another penguin and a part of his family. The two snuggle and the penguin will not let anyone but Jay Souza pick him up, shower him, or feed him.
This was such a cool story about an unlikely friendship. I wish I had a connection like that with an animal, but not like a cat or dog. I would choose something like a guinea pig. That would be awesome.
I think I would like to have a special bond with a meerkat.
A meerkat? Out of all the animals in the world, you would choose a meerkat.
Well, you choose a guinea pig.
I'm going to think about that one a little more. What about you guys? Go to podcastplayground.com to tell us what animal you wished you had a neat connection with.
And while you're on the website, you can check out the video of Jim and Jay Souza.
Okay, Wacky News Machine, what other news do you have for us today?
3-Year-Old Hero. Police officers and firefighters are considered heroes by many, and the officers and firefighters in New York City are often considered the bravest there are. So to be one of them is honor typically reserved for the bravest, most noble adults. Well, the New York City Fire Department has added one of its bravest firefighters yet. And he's only 3 years old. Tucker Duke was diagnosed with stage 4 neuroblastoma a year and a half ago. Neuroblastoma is a type of cancer that is most often found in infants and children and can spread very rapidly, and stage 4 is the highest level of spreading the cancer can reach in a person. Chucker and his mom travel back and forth from their home in Hawaii to New York so he can be treated in hopes of eventually becoming completely cured. So far, doctors have removed tumors from Chucker's stomach and his brain. The treatments and chemotherapy he has gone through show how really strong and brave he is.
So how did the 3-year-old get connected with the fire department?
Well, Chucker has always liked firemen and fire trucks because his dad is a firefighter back in Hawaii. One day when Chucker and his mom were staying at the Ronald McDonald House in New York, FDNY Captain John Grismer responded to a call, and that's how they met. As soon as the fire truck arrived, Chucker got very excited. He walked right up to the captain and gave him a big hug. From that point on, they've been like brothers. A picture of Chucker and Captain Grismer was posted on the Team Chucker Facebook page, and it caught the attention of the fire commissioner, who had a great idea to swear in the 3-year-old as an honorary FDNY firefighter. Chucker is so proud and excited to be a real firefighter just like his dad. And his story is bringing a lot of attention and helping find cures for pediatric cancer.
If you go to podcastplayground.com and click on Wacky News, you will find links to a website about Trucker and to a website raising money to help pay for the costs of Trucker's cancer treatments. Time for our last news story of the day. Let's see what it is, Wacky News Machine. Ooh, Dylan, this story is perfect for you with all the arts and crafts that you do.
Hey, you're right. All that glitters. I love doing projects with glitter. It makes everything pretty and sparkly, and it's a lot of fun to use. Well, except for the part when you are finished using the glitter and it gets everywhere, and it stays everywhere. Trying to get glitter off anything, especially your skin, is really hard.
I think that's why Mom is always trying to hide the glitter from you so you can't find it.
Oh, sorry, Dylan. I don't know where the glitter is.
Glitter is made of tiny bits of polymer with super thin coating of metal that gives the glitter its shine. So it makes glitter stick to everything. Since glitter isn't sticky like tape, scientists have several explanations. 1. Static electricity. When two objects come in contact, usually by rubbing against each other, and one becomes negatively charged with electrons while the other is positively charged, that's when you get static electricity.
Like when you rub a balloon against your head and it will stick to it.
Exactly. Scientists believe that in most cases where glitter sticks to a dry surface is because of static electricity. Number 2, the viscosity of the air. Viscosity is like thickness of a substance. For example, water has low viscosity, but honey has high viscosity. Even though air isn't a liquid, it actually behaves like a liquid in small scales. So here's the deal. In order to pick up a flat thing that is on top of a flat surface, there has to be a little bit of air underneath. If a piece of something small and flat like glitter presses the air out from underneath it, there's nothing to help lift it off of the surface. Number 3. The third explanation involves van der Waals forces, which describe the reasons why random molecules stick together or push away. Under this explanation, there are a couple of forces or reasons why glitter sticks to things depending upon what the thing is that glitter is sticking to, like if it is water, oil, or a dry surface. Surface tension is one such reason. Water, for example, is a polar molecule, which means it has a positive end and a negative end. So, water molecules connect the positive and negative ends together like a magnet. If glitter is pressed against something wet, the water molecules are trying to stick together and actually end up trapping the glitter. Another van der Waals force is adhesion. This has to do with how much of a thing is contacting with the surface it is pressed against. Glitter particles are flat and have a law of surface touching whatever they are on. Yet another van der Waals force is friction. Friction is the slowness or quickness, the easiness or hardness of one surface or object passing over another. But friction results from the gravity pushing down on those objects. Glitter is so light and tiny that it doesn't catch enough gravity to push it across a surface even if it is tilted. So there you have it.
Yay!
Reasons why glitter sticks to everything.
But not ways to get glitter unstuck to everything.
And finally, my favorite part of the show,
Wacky jokes!
why did the computer go to the doctor? Because it had a virus.
Why did the man put his money in the freezer? Because he wanted cold, hard cash.
What season is it when you are on a trampoline? Springtime!
Why do birds fly south for the winter? Because it's easier than walking.
Why does a hummingbird hum? Because it doesn't know the words.
Okay, guys, that's a wrap for episode 4 of Wacky News. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast and join us next week for episode 5. Oh, and be sure to check out our daily podcast, Toothy Trivia, No More Rushing Your Brushing, which can also be found at podcastplayground.com.
And click on Wacky News for more information about me, Dylan, and Jackson, as well as pictures and videos, wacky words, and more. See you next week!